I'm the freaking master in solving the wrong problem. So for almost 10 years, I've been focusing on all the quantum containers, all the coaching, shadow work, plant medicine ceremonies, certification, somatic work, nervous system work, breath work, you name it all. Same with the women that I have in my field and the women that I've worked with. Every single timeline jumping quantum abundance container that there is, we've all done it. The multidimensional work, the ancestral work, everything. Every single woman that I know could explain her own inner imprisonment and her patterns to a T. She could write a freaking dissertation about it. And yet, intellectualizing and actualizing are not the same things. And I know for a fact your consciousness has expanded. But if your reality hasn't changed all that much, it's not because life is unfair or life is not benevolent, but physics operates under certain laws. And if we place mind over matter all the time, and then wonder why a lot of things change in the mind arena, but they're not here. We don't really see them. When I open my eyes, my reality doesn't look that different. The relationship patterns haven't changed that much. Whatever it might be for you, I'm still struggling with money. What? No. If the work that we've put in was actually fruitful, you know exactly what that reality would look like. You'd be rich, wealthy, like supporting new earth projects type of money. Or creating whatever you want to create type of money. Traveling whenever life calls you to travel type of money. You'd be well fucked. And it would be visible in your face. You would radiate it. You would feel it. You'd be able to take in and receive. You would relish in being worshipped. There wouldn't be a single cell in your body that would brace when pleasure hits. You would walk around like a freaking panther, like predator-like awareness. Eros would be oozing from every cell of your body, radiating like a fucking star, because you're making love with life at all times. That's how life would feel like. And if that's not the case, it's because this mind over matter thing doesn't work. It's mind in harmony with matter. And somehow we've all been marketed to geniusly. More spiritual, metaphysical work. Go deeper into that. More psychological work. And that ain't it. I'm not saying that was wrong. It was beautiful. But what we've done was software upgrade after software upgrade after software upgrade. And now it doesn't matter if you have the newest version when you still have a freaking iPhone 2. The hardware was left behind. So now there is an immense lag between what your mind is capable of perceiving, but what's actually happening in your reality. And it should be a lot more in tune. Okay, mind expands and the body expands at the same speed. And what we've experienced is the mind is light years ahead. Consciousness is light years ahead. There's no point in talking about different D's of realities when you're still struggling with money. And struggling with money means that you can't just travel whenever you want, that you can't live in the places that your body wants to live in. That means struggle with money. We've elevated our standards. Struggling with money doesn't mean, oh, I can't pay my rent. No, we're beyond that. but maybe not. But struggling with money means I don't yet have the physical resources to invest what I want to invest in the moment. That's a big, big problem. If you've ever climbed up a mountain, at a certain point, if it's high enough, your body will give you the memo of, holy shit, not one more step. Because one more step would technically mean you could fall off that cliff and die. Now, your mind can come in and can negotiate. And your mind can tell your body, hey, I know this is really high, and I know that technically, if I made a wrong step, yes, I could die. But guess what? I know how to walk straight, and we got this. And it might take you a minute, but your body will eventually comply, and you'll do it, even if you have to do it scared. And you'll walk a couple more steps. And then perhaps 5 minutes later, you've reached another height on the mountaintop, and now your body is like, hey, this is fucking scary again. And now maybe there is a freeze response, and you have to talk yourself through it. And you gladly do it. But now it's getting tricky. It happens with every step, and every step becomes a negotiation. And if you've ever been high enough on top of a mountain for the first time, you know what that feels like. Now, your body is not incapable. It doesn't have anything to do with your body. It doesn't tell us that your body isn't athletic. It doesn't tell us anything about your capacity. This could be the most beautiful, strong body that's on top of that mountain, but it's calculating risks. And it's saying, yo, you want me to do these steps, and I can easily do that when I'm on safe ground, but this environment isn't safe, and I want to protect you. Now picture the same thing. You're drenched in a hot spring, like somewhere deep, luscious, Colorado, sacred and secret hot spring. And now you want to go to another one, the tub that's right next there. Do you think your body would have a fear response? No. It'll just walk in relaxation, go to the next hot spring, or swim to the other side of your little tub. Did the body change? No, it's the same beautiful body, but we've changed the environment. So it's the same thing that's been happening in your life. It's not just a cute metaphor. It's actually very real. Your consciousness expanded. You can talk yourself through everything, but your body hasn't changed much. And your body is still, metaphorically, hanging off a cliff on top of a mountain. And so now every single thing is scary. Every single step has to be negotiated. Because your body is so busy with keeping you safe that it doesn't really have much bandwidth for expansion. Metaphorically speaking, your body is on top of that cliff in survival. So now every freaking email that you have to send out takes 3 weeks of preparation time. Every time you want to make that post, you have to hype yourself up and have to overcome, and it takes 3 days for you to even play with the idea to record yourself. Or you have to make a couple calls, and you have to drench yourself in matcha or cacao or coffee to just get this done. Every step is a negotiation because your body experiences life as hanging off a cliff. So technically, your body is capable of doing all of that. But your body is just telling you, hey, before we do all of this expansion, it doesn't have to be so fucking hard. Just get us into the hot spring, nourish us, feed us, water us. Let us be relaxed. And from that state, No, you don't have to negotiate with yourself for writing that email. No, it's not going to take you a week of processing time because you made the boundary. Life is going to move with a lot more grace. And so what a lot of us have been doing is we tried to expand from this freaking cliff. And so what I'm saying in easy terms is that this is much less complex than we made it. Create an environment for your body where every cell is nourished, where it gets enough rest, where it gets enough minerals and true hydration, where it's not around people that are belittling it, but instead giving energy. And I know this sounds so basic. When we operate, or our mind operates on these higher levels and has the capacity to perceive higher levels, we think that the path to true actualization is just sprinkled with complexity. And sleeping, resting, removing energy sucking activities, life force draining activities, all of these things, they seem so basic. They seem so foundational, and they're not exciting. And the most twisted part is that a lot of us would rather invest 10K in a weird quantum complex container instead of eating really nourishing and resting the body for a year and giving it the exact materials and matter it needs to expand. But that's exactly the path forward. That's exactly the bottleneck. It's not meant to be such a psychological warfare every time you want to make that step. It's not meant to be that hard. You don't have 99 psychological problems that you have to all tackle separately. There's a whole lot of misinterpretation going on here. I've heard people say all of these things. I'm a people pleaser. I lack confidence. I have imposter syndrome. I'm just not disciplined. I need to be more feminine. All of these things are symptoms of one root cause you're not solving. All these problems are the wrong translation. It's the story of the psyche when there's actually a whole lot of body math and cellular logic behind it. All of these things that you interpret as separate problems are in essence just energy conservation modes. People pleasing, take that one. If you've ever wanted to solve people pleasing through a psychological lens, yes, you can trace it back on where it first started. Does it make it disappear? Not necessarily. You can do that and you can loop around that for years. I know people who try to solve people pleasing for the last 5 years. Guess what? The act of pleasing people is an energy conservation method of your intelligent body. Because what's actually happening is that complying or imitation is way less energetically expansive than speaking what you actually perceive. Speaking in transparency costs more energy than just complying, than just imitating. And so, if your body doesn't have enough energetic surplus, plus it's afraid of the consequences, it'll choose that easy route of compliance because it doesn't have enough energetic reservoirs to actually speak the truth. So when we deal with this on a psychological level, yeah, you might have figured out exactly why you are people pleasing from a psychological standpoint, because of your mother and then your grandmother and then your ancestral lineage, and you went that freaking deep. But you never turned towards your body and asked, wait, what's before my interpretation? What's actually happening on an energetic level, on a root level, on a biological level? Because at the end of the day, you're just translating a response, and you've been translating it wrong. It made you a people pleaser, when the actual translation would have been, interesting. Why is my body in energy conservation mode? Because trust me, when you have an overflow, abundance of energy, you speak it as you see it. And whatever consequences it has, you have enough energetic surplus to deal with it. Plus, you don't need anyone to agree with you because your cells are safe. They're nourished. You already have a well. You're sitting in these hot springs. And from there, you're like, yeah, bring it on. What do you think about that? Okay, yeah, I think differently. Oh, you don't like me anymore? Cool. Because guess what? I'm drenched in these hydrating waters. You see what I'm saying? But hanging off a cliff, we don't have energetic reservoirs for that type of shit. We're like, yeah, what do you think? Yeah, sure, I think the same thing. Okay, continue. You see? So everything that I want to do is get you off that cliff and get you into these hot springs. So, because of that, and because I identified this problem in me specifically, and I could yap about it and go on about it of how lost I was in that sauce, I created an initiation. We go through every single surface symptom that you could have possibly told yourself, every single problem that you thought you had, and I will slay them. And I will actually give you the real underlying cellular root cause for every single one of these problems. That by the end of this initiation, and it's not a master class because I don't give you more information, an initiation is a perceptive shift. It's a shift of perspective, perception, so that you can look at things differently. And once you're done with that, you will never mistranslate any of the signals again, because you understand what they're actually saying, and you understand the language of your biology a lot more. Because trust me, even though it sounds boring, it's not meant to be spectacular. Nourishing yourself and your body like a motherfucker for the next year will get you so much farther and will change your reality in ways that no amount of complex inner psychological multidimensional work could ever give you, because you don't need any more of that. You have all the information you need. You've been through that ringer. And so hopefully this initiation is the last thing you ever have to do. And for some it will be. And for some it might just be the start. Either way, it's here for you. It's called The Throne is Home. And doors are open, so you can download it right here and get straight into business. I love you.